Harper, no! Tsunami! I will say that that is actually a pretty accurate North Carolina accent. Um, well done, Parker Posey. And if y'all are still thinking about those quotes and if they have made their way into your vernacular, then there is also a good chance you have no idea what to watch now that The White Lotus is done. I literally can't believe The White Lotus is done, which is exactly why I rounded up the best shows that you can watch right now to fill the White Lotus void in your life. So let's get into it because it's going to be a little bit before we get White Lotus season 4, but White Lotus season 4 is coming, don't worry. Okay, so first up, we have The Perfect Couple. It's based on Ellen Hilderbrand's book of the same name, and it follows a woman named Amelia who's about to marry into one of Nantucket's wealthiest families, and her future mother in law is a famous author named Greer, played by Nicole Kidman, which in and of itself is a reason to watch. And her wedding dreams are coming true. Greer is helping her with everything, but those wedding dreams turn into a nightmare when a dead body washes up on the beach. Whoa. That is definitely giving me White Lotus deja vu. And the fact that Meghann Fahy is in the show is also giving me a White Lotus deja vu because, of course, Meghann played Daphne in the White Lotus season 2. So if you're missing Daphne too, this is a great show for you to watch. There are so many cool people alongside Nicole and Meghann. We have Liev Schreiber, we have Sam Nivola, who was just in the White Lotus season 3, and Eve Hewson. I mean, this is just a stacked cast. So next we have The Resort on Peacock, which is another like vacation gone wrong story where we have Noah and Emma, played by William Jackson Harper and Cristin Milioti, who go on a trip to celebrate their 10th anniversary. And even though they go on this vacation and it starts out looking like it could be a very dreamy experience, they end up getting pulled into a missing persons case. So, a very interesting trip, albeit not a very relaxing vacation. So, if the White Lotus and the intensity of the White Lotus was kind of a lot to keep up with every single week, I'm going to recommend The Summer I Turned Pretty on Prime Video. And it has the same vacation, summer, beachy element to it, but it's a lot more comforting and nostalgic than I think The White Lotus probably is. And the show follows Belly, who's played by Lola Tung, who's spent her entire life vacationing with her friends, Conrad and Jeremiah, and her brother, Stephen. And she finds herself in kind of like a love triangle with Jeremiah and Conrad. But they keep things separate. And Mike White, we need to talk about that scene between Lachlan and Saxon because why? And what was that? So all that to say, there is some of that love triangle drama, but nowhere near the extent that the White Lotus season 3 goes, and I will leave it at that. And one thing that I really love about The Summer I Turned Pretty is that someone pointed out that it is potentially the only teen drama right now that doesn't have magic. It doesn't have like an adventure, in air quotes, the way that, say, Outer Banks is an adventure show. And it's really just about like these teenagers' lives and their relationships and their families. And I think that really adds an air of nostalgia and comfort that I really like. And The Summer I Turned Pretty season 3 is coming this July. I'm so excited. It's going to be the last season, but I am still really excited to see where they take the story. And it stars Lola Tung, Christopher Briney, Gavin Casalegno, Rain Spencer, Sean Kaufman. There are so many talented people in the show. Palm Royale also has a new season coming to Apple TV, and the first season follows Maxine, who wants to break into Palm Beach's high society, but as she's figuring out how to do that, she's confronted with how much she's willing to give up in order to kind of become a part of this society. And honestly, y'all, there is no drama like rich people on vacation drama, as The White Lotus has proved. So if you love that element of White Lotus, you should definitely watch Palm Royale. Not to mention the fact that the cast list is literally insane. It's got Kristen Wiig, Carol Burnett makes an appearance. It's got Laura Dern. It's got Kaia Gerber. Like, it's just so many incredible people. Apple TV continues to knock it out of the park. So add that to your list. And then my last recommendation for shows like White Lotus is going to be Nine Perfect Strangers, which is on Hulu, and it's based on the book by Leanne Moriarty. And just like White Lotus brings together strangers for a vacation, Nine Perfect Strangers brings together strangers at a resort. And what starts off as a vacation kind of morphs into something more sinister. And the show really shows that not all is as it seems. And this is another Nicole Kidman series. Regina Hall is also in it, as is Melissa McCarthy. So this is definitely a great one to watch before season 2 comes out. So all in all, whether you like YA shows or you like more intense kind of mysteries and figuring things out along the way, these are some really great shows to check out before The White Lotus season 4 comes and before you rewatch The White Lotus season 3, because let's be real, everyone will be rewatching The White Lotus season 3. Make sure you subscribe to Brit Co for all of the TV recommendations, movie analysis, and exclusive celebrity interviews you won't be able to find anywhere else. And let us know in the comments what you are watching right now, because I need all the TV recommendations I can get.